How's it going, guys? So right now I really wanted to talk about Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, basically what's been happening with it, especially when people have been already releasing the reviews, and I had gotten the early copies and everything. By the way, there's the release date of the Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Hopefully you are indeed enjoying it if you have picked it up. So, continue on. I have seen quite a few already, the reviews, and, well, as expected, everybody gives like almost a 9 out of 10, and it's even sometimes going up to very high, like 9.5 out of 10. Funny enough, I didn't quite see a masterpiece, reviews, but basically said like 10 out of 10, anything like that. It's just up there. It's a phenomenal game that deserves every appeal and every praiseworthiness, and I completely agree. As far as I've seen so far of it, it looks fantastic as well, and looks like a motivation to be a part of this sort of grind. I do want to mention, while looking through this, the reviews and the gameplays, and brand new gameplays I'm talking about, obviously, and yeah, it seems like anybody can really pick this up as long as you learn how to control yourself and overtake and overreach those challenges. Make sure you can go through them and find out how exactly everything works. Take a bit of time. It seems like it's much more manageable than Bloodborne or any other Dark Souls series. People have mentioned that in terms of the combat and how difficult it really is, a lot of people saying that this is perhaps one of those easier Dark Souls sort of games. I'm not talking about an easy mode, right? I'm talking about something different, but it's a lot quicker. You can pick up on things. I'm not saying it's easy, for fuck's sake, okay? Don't get that twisted. Bloodborne is difficult. People considered it obviously as well. Dark Souls is no different, but then, Bloodborne was much quicker game compared to the Dark Souls. Sekiro is like 2 to 3 times already much quicker than Bloodborne, and that's from Bloodborne. That's insane. And yeah, using all these equipments, utilizing your stuff that you have in the inventory, obviously, perk skills that you can upgrade, obviously, and choose the choice that you can go for, really introduces new ways of defeating your certain enemy that you need to. For example, an axe taking down all these guys with the shields, for example, or maybe having an umbrella, shielding umbrella for so they don't get too much impact on you. It's great for some certain bosses, and yeah, it just makes it very interesting as well. A lot of things, for example, this is heavily drifted into the story more or less because the protagonist is not customizable at all. There's no armor, there's no weapons, there's no customization facial expressions, that sort of thing I'm talking about. Like no female or male, you play as the wolf himself, one-armed wolf, I should probably say. People will consider this as a bad thing, but personally for me, I don't think it's a bad thing, personally. I still think that maybe they could have introduced more of a armor and sets that you could have as a ninja. Maybe I think that would be nice, but like God of War, for example, right? You can put on armor. It does not really make sense for Kratos to have armor, because like he has his own types of armor and whatever. But in God of War, the newest one, 2018 one, obviously, yeah, you can do it. I don't know. I think they could have done something with that aspect of things. For example, when you defeat a very difficult enemy, you get this piece of armor and whatsoever, right? It would incentivize more on the replayability value in this game. And by the way, replayability value is the from everything that it has. Just I want you to understand, everything that it has is very good. Above 8 marks, maybe up to 9. In fact, none of them goes up to 10. Just so you know. But replayability value goes up to like 7 or 8. It's not the greatest, but it's not bad either, obviously. But it could be definitely improved. And with this idea is the armor and the gear that you can get in the world when you defeat those enemies. For example, it's just my opinion. I think it might have been nicer to see this because, a bit of stuff that you can have, for example, modifications to you. Maybe your certain skills could be a little more stronger. Certain skills would... I don't know. It's just an idea. I might be, pulling this shit out of my ass and just, completely, yeah, making stuff up at this point. Maybe I'm just looking forward to the other things that this game actually does not seem to have, you know, for example, as I mentioned. But whatever, just an idea. It's not really, I'm not saying that the game is bad, okay? I'm just saying that I think it would be nice to have it in here. I think it would make more sense, maybe. Anyway, I don't know. Tell me down in the comments what you think about this game as well, as far as you have seen, and how far have you gotten into it already? Are you enjoying it? Are you not? And yeah, I will definitely listen in and read all your comments. Oh well, alright then. I will let you go now. Have an awesome day, and yeah, have a good one. You cashed in on my